In a world that often feels filled with conflict and division, it can be easy to fall into the belief that we have enemies, people or forces that are against us. But what if I told you that this is merely an illusion? The concept of having enemies is something we've been conditioned to believe, yet it's not rooted in the true nature of reality. When we delve into the deeper understanding of spirituality, especially as chosen ones, we come to realize that the idea of enemies is a projection of our internal fears and unresolved issues. The world, as it appears to us, is a mirror reflecting our inner state. If we see enemies, it might be time to look within and understand what part of ourselves we're at odds with. This is the first step to freeing yourself from the chains of conflict and seeing the truth that, in essence, you have no enemies. Holding on to the belief that you have enemies can be incredibly damaging. It not only creates unnecessary stress and anxiety, but also perpetuates a cycle of negativity and separation. When you see others as enemies, you close yourself off from the potential for connection, understanding, and growth. This mindset can lead to feelings of isolation and even manifest in physical and emotional struggles. The stakes are high because this belief can block you from experiencing the fullness of life and the true peace that comes from understanding the interconnectedness of all beings. By releasing the idea of enemies, you open yourself to a world of harmony and unity, where you can thrive without the burden of conflict weighing you down. One of the most profound shifts you can make in your spiritual journey is changing how you perceive others. When you begin to see that every person, every situation, is a reflection of your inner state, you can start to let go of the idea that there are forces working against you. Instead, you realize that what you perceive as opposition is often just a mirror showing you where you need to grow. This shift in perspective is empowering because it puts the power back in your hands. You no longer need to fear or fight against external forces. Instead, you can focus on healing and evolving within yourself. By doing so, you transform your external world, and the concept of enemies begins to dissolve, revealing a deeper truth that all is one, and that you are supported by the universe in every step you take. As chosen ones, it's essential to understand the concept of projection and how it plays a significant role in shaping our perception of the world around us. Projection is the process by which we project our internal thoughts, feelings, and beliefs onto others. This often happens subconsciously, leading us to see in others what we struggle to acknowledge within ourselves. When we harbor unresolved anger, fear, or insecurity, we may project these feelings onto others, labeling them as enemies. However, the truth is that these enemies are merely reflecting back the parts of ourselves that we need to heal. By recognizing and owning our projections, we can begin to dismantle the illusion of enmity and step into a more empowered state of being. This is a crucial step in realizing that you have no enemies, only mirrors reflecting the areas in which you can grow. The concept of the mirror of reality is central to understanding that you have no enemies. The world around you is a reflection of your internal state, and the people you encounter are mirrors showing you different aspects of yourself. When you see qualities in others that you dislike or feel threatened by, it's an invitation to look inward and explore what those qualities reveal about you. This process requires deep self-reflection and honesty, but it is incredibly liberating. Instead of reacting with anger or defensiveness, you can approach these situations with curiosity and a willingness to learn. As you do this, you'll start to see that the people you once considered enemies are actually your greatest teachers, helping you to evolve and expand your consciousness. This understanding transforms your relationships and your life, allowing you to move forward with greater clarity and peace. At the core of every spiritual teaching is the principle of unity, the idea that all beings are interconnected, and separation is an illusion. As chosen ones, embracing this principle is key to understanding that you have no enemies. When you truly grasp the interconnectedness of all life, you begin to see that the distinctions between friend and foe, us and them, are constructs of the ego. The ego thrives on division and conflict, but the soul understands that we are all part of a greater whole. By embracing this unity, you dissolve the barriers that create the illusion of enemies. You start to see others not as adversaries, but as fellow travelers on the same journey. This shift in perception opens your heart to compassion, forgiveness, and unconditional love, making it impossible to view anyone as an enemy. In this state of unity, you find true freedom and the profound peace that comes from knowing that all is one. Forgiveness is a powerful tool that can help you dissolve the illusion of enemies in your life. When you hold on to grudges or resentment, you keep yourself trapped in a cycle of negativity that only serves to reinforce the belief that you have enemies. However, when you choose to forgive both others and yourself, you release this burden and free yourself from the past. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning harmful actions or forgetting what has happened. Instead, it's about letting go of the emotional hold that these events have over you. By forgiving, you reclaim your power and open yourself up to healing and growth. As you practice forgiveness, you'll find that the people you once viewed as enemies lose their hold on you, and you begin to see them through the lens of compassion and understanding. Life is filled with challenges, and sometimes it can feel like these challenges are placed in our path by adversarial forces. But as chosen ones, it's crucial to reframe these challenges not as battles to be fought, but as opportunities for growth and transformation. Every difficulty you encounter is a chance to learn more about yourself and to strengthen your spiritual resolve. When you face challenges with a mindset of growth rather than conflict, you shift the energy from opposition to collaboration with the universe. This perspective allows you to see that what you once perceived as an enemy is actually a catalyst for your evolution. By embracing challenges in this way, you empower yourself to rise above the illusion of enemies and walk a path of continuous spiritual development. The ultimate antidote to the illusion of enemies is to live from a place of love and compassion. Love is the highest vibration, and when you cultivate it within yourself, it naturally dissolves the lower vibrations of fear, anger, and division. As you deepen your connection to love, you begin to see the world through a lens of compassion. You recognize that every person, even those who may have wronged you, is doing the best they can from their level of awareness. This understanding allows you to respond to others with kindness and empathy rather than hostility. Living from love doesn't mean that you become a doormat or allow others to harm you. It means that you approach every situation with a heart-centered perspective, seeking to understand rather than to judge. When you make love your guiding principle, the concept of enemies simply fades away, leaving you with a sense of inner peace and harmony. As you journey through life as a chosen one, understanding that you have no enemies is a profound shift that can transform your entire experience. By letting go of the belief in enemies, you free yourself from the burdens of fear, anger, and conflict. You begin to see the world and the people in it as reflections of your inner state, offering you countless opportunities for growth, healing, and connection. Embracing forgiveness, seeing challenges as growth opportunities, and living from a place of love and compassion are the keys to dissolving the illusion of enemies. As you integrate these practices into your life, you'll find that the world becomes a more peaceful and supportive place, allowing you to thrive and fulfill your highest potential. Remember, the journey to understanding that you have no enemies is a continuous process of self-discovery and spiritual evolution. With each step you take, you align more closely with the truth of unity and love, creating a life filled with harmony, joy, and boundless possibility.